Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television GPTV. I'm Brett, and my hands is the Walking Dead Deluxe number 122. This is I think, kind of a classic story arc. It's part 8 of 12 of All Out War. Written by Robert Kirkman, art by Charlie Adlard, ink by Stefano Gaudiano, coloring by Dave McCaig, and lettering by Rus Wooton. So this is the big battle between Rick and Negan. Rick has kind of taken some lumps. Negan has taken some lumps. And this is where the two are attempting to regroup, come up with a new plan, and a counterattack. So Negan has an interesting direction he wants to go with his attack and how he might get an advantage. And then Rick is kind of consolidating everyone and somewhat reflecting on things. There's some key stuff in this, like Maggie's stepping up a lot more. She's becoming clearly a leader of the Hilltop. We get some movement with some folks who are maybe not on board with Negan's leadership and might want to see some change with that, not just Dwight but others. So, it's an interesting issue. It's one that is, I think, a good piece of the puzzle, a good part of the arc, but not necessarily one that stands on its own. Like, as part of the story arc, it's a great chapter, but it's not necessarily a comic you can just pick up and, like, really, really appreciate everything. So, it adds to the storyline, it advances things well, it does a lot for some of the characters. It's overall an interesting issue. The big one, and I remember this when it came out, this is the one where we learned that Jesus is gay. That was always an interesting moment in that some people took offense to it, being like, you made Jesus gay, but that's not really Jesus' name. His name's Paul Monroe. So there were some oddities on that, but I always thought it was interesting because, like, Jesus, up to this point, you had no idea. And he was a badass character. Like, he was the action hero that was just, like, infiltrating, kicking ass, like, whipping butt. Just really, really cool character. And, kind of at this point was still like a little counterintuitive or just, played against stereotypes of what gay characters are supposed to be. Like, there's been some in this comic. So this is not a thing that, like, was brand new to the series or story. But, like, putting one front and center, a gay guy front and center who was the action hero, was something that was still somewhat new, period, in all entertainment. So, I do remember that kind of being a big deal. But, reading all these years later, it just, like, just knowing also the fact that he was, it's just cool character. Like, thankfully, it's not that thing of being like, oh, man, this is still groundbreaking. Like, no, it's just a cool-ass character. But yeah, I mean, like, it's a good issue. It's got some great moments. It's a good movement of the storyline. The art, I think, is consistent. I've been saying this for a while. It's like the series hit a groove and kind of stuck with the groove, and you knew what you were getting. You knew what you could expect, and there were some great moments here and there. But characters were consistent. Coloring was, not really coloring because coloring didn't exist at that point. But like everything just is very, very consistent, and like it looked solid. So interesting storyline. Obviously, a lot of small key moments for characters. Good piece of the puzzle. So the other thing that's great about the Deluxe is you get some notes from Robert Kirkman about his writing of the series and what he thought about, like, what he was doing with it. So it's interesting to see him reflect upon his original notes and what he came up with, and he is critical with himself, which I think is fantastic. And then there's a backup comic that's like a two-pager by Derek Hunter called Small Bites, which kind of picks and makes fun of The Walking Dead, and it's pretty entertaining unto itself. So overall, if you've never read the series, it's a great way to go about and discover it. Issue by issue, they're out every other week. And, if you have read the series, it's a great way to go back because now it's colorized. Plus, you get Kirkman's notes and the small bites, so you get some bonus stuff you haven't seen before. Overall, it's a consistent series that just delivered and knew what it was doing and delivered it well. So you can go get this. It's out in shops. We got a link beneath our video. Put in your zip code and tell the comic shops near you. No shop, no problem. We've got some links where you can purchase or own. There'll be affiliate links, so we do get a small percentage. By doing that, you help support our site. So thank you for that. just watching our video support us as always, so thank you as well. If you're into comics, check us out every day at graphicpolicy.com. And of course, we're on Facebook, TikTok, Mastodon, Threads, Blue Sky, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. So until next time, keep reading those comics and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.